the Joe Rogan's experience. It's a real pleasure to be here, Joe. Yeah, it's not every day that I get to discuss the important issues of the day with someone who I respect so much as you. It's really interesting to have you here. I mean, you're an expert in your field. And same to you, Joe. Honestly, I've been a huge fan of yours for a really long time, so it's just a relief to get to talk about the important issues of the day with somebody like-minded. Did you see that thing about the fucking bear at the zoo? I think it's in Japan or something. Oh my God, the thing where it's a guy in a suit and not a bear. That's what I was thinking as well, that like, maybe it's just a guy in a suit and not a bear. The thing about bears is they've been around for over 6 million years. They've had so much time to evolve. It's possible a bear could evolve that has really sloppy skin all over it. That's really interesting to hear, Joe. I've always wondered if maybe bears have super sloppy skin. Because if you work out enough, your skin actually starts to sag a lot, and bears are really strong. So I've noticed the more I work out, the more my skin starts to sag in a weird way. Yeah, a lot of people think that's because of aging, but honestly, with my diet, I know that I'm not aging, and that a big reason my skin is starting to sag is because my muscle is just so dense. Yeah, that's a really great point. A lot of people don't think about it, and it's really refreshing to hear someone talk about it that way. Yeah, that's really interesting to hear from you as well. That's a really great point, and I'm super interested. Really interesting. So you think it's actually a bear and that the bear has just evolved to have saggy, stupid-looking skin? Yeah, I think in some ways, people like they look at a bear and they think, fuck, that can't be real. Bears are fucking crazy, man, because they're like so big and they growl. Not enough people talk about that, how bears growl. You know, when I was a kid, I was convinced that bears were actually dinosaurs. That's really interesting. I've never thought of it that way. Yeah, for me, sometimes I wonder if bears are actually dinosaurs because of the growl they make and how crazy it is. Bear growls are really fucking crazy, man. Do you think bears maybe take DMT? I mean, I don't think you can really discount it. DMT is a naturally occurring substance, and not enough people really talk about it. Jamie, can we pull up bears taking DMT? Yeah, Jamie, could we pull up some bears taking DMT? Jamie, could we pull up those bears taking DMT? Jamie, hey, Jamie, could we pull up the bears taking DMT? Jamie's falling asleep. He's fallen asleep in a cake. He plops his head down into a cake like a cartoon character. And now I'm pretty sure he's drowning in the cream. Jamie, I honestly at this point wonder why I even handed you here. Listen, at this point we will take questions. This is a new segment on the Joe 2X experience. If anybody has any questions, we'll take it before we get out of here for the day. But can I just say before we go that it's been such a pleasure to get to have this conversation with you? I know that a lot of people like, do you realize how many people get like mad at you lately? It's fucking crazy how upset people get just because you're talking about stuff. That's what's so crazy to me is I think unless you talk about stuff, really nothing ever gets solved. And that's why my policy is like, I'll talk to anyone. I mean, yeah, mostly I've had you on lately. Yeah, I mean, I've been on basically every time lately. But like, really, I would talk to anyone. But anyway, before we go, let's take a few questions. What happened with the man show? Why didn't it work out with you, Joe? That's a really interesting question. I think, like, it came out right before comedy basically died. That's a really great point. Not enough people mention how the comedy basically died when the Joe Rogan season of The Man Show was canceled. But the timing actually lines up. Yeah, right around when we were kicked off the air for being too funny is when it basically became illegal to do comedy in this country. You know, we had a lot of incredible bits still planned. We were going to do how many Diet Cokes can we fit between this pair of tits was going to be a recurring segment. Yeah, we were going to do a segment where a mentally handicapped dad goes to a career day for kids and tells people that he's a stripper. Tells the kids that he's a stripper. That was going to be one of our bits. We had so many great bits lined up. Yeah, we were going to just throw rocks at women was a bit that we were going to do. Oh my God, the throwing rocks at women bit. I can't believe we never got to do that. Yeah, we were going to hook as many balls as we could up to clamps that were electrified. and then we were going to tickle the balls with Twizzlers, and we were going to call it Electric Twizzler Tuesdays. And while that was happening, a bunch of what we used to call a different word, but now when I'm told you have to call short people, they were going to come out and they were going to scream Duhas lyrics. Apparently, when we tried to run it, we were informed by the censors that it was technically torture tactics that were currently being used in Iraq, and that we couldn't, for legal reasons, infringe on the United States government's IP. But I think if that segment had come through, they really could have changed everything, not just for us, but for television. And I couldn't agree more. So, in summation, basically, you think the bear is a real bear and not a guy in a suit. I think 50-50. And I'd say that's pretty fair as well. And that's a really great point. And thank you so much for being here. It's been incredible to talk to you. Really great to talk to you as well, dude. You're like, I don't think enough people give you credit. You're so fucking funny. Dude, that's crazy to hear. Because I know, but also, like, you're so fucking funny. That means a lot. Huge respect, honestly. You're one of my comedy idols. I don't get that many people on here that, like, I respect and I think are funny, and, like, you're doing both. And, like, I'm just a fucking idiot. Yeah, I mean, honestly, get it? I'm just a fucking idiot. Like, I'm just a fucking idiot. Everything I say, like, the fact people come to me for any knowledge is crazy. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just a fucking idiot. Yeah, what's crazy is, like, I'm kind of just a fucking idiot. But, like, in my opinion, you're the greatest comic of all time, and you're a genius. And, like, I'm just a fucking idiot, but same to you. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for being here. This is the Joe Rogan Experience. I don't usually do outros, but Jamie, could you pull up our outro? Jamie, could you pull up our outro? Jamie, could you pull up our outro? Jamie's teeth just fell out. Yeah, they just rattled out and slopped onto the floor. All of Jamie's teeth just fell out. So he's just looking at me like a grinless idiot. But thanks again for being here. This has been the Joe Rogan Experience. The Joe Rogan's Experience.